channel. Today what I'm going to be talking about is steroids cannot change your genetics. It cannot make the anatomy of your body change. It can make you bigger with the same shape and form that your body already have. There's nothing that you can do to change that unless you have some type of surgery. So if you got bad genetics and your body look a certain way, no matter how much drugs you take, your body is always going to look the same way with the same bad genetics. It's what God gave you. That's what you have to work with, and there's no way around that. So you have a lot of people that are looking toward muscle enhancers, thinking that their bodies is going to look like this guy or that guy. And no matter what you take, your body is not going to look like that person. Even with the surgeries, you can have surgeries to augment your body and make it look a certain way, but it's still not going to have that same look of a person whose natural genetics, who's genetically made to look like they look. You know, to have that round chest, round shoulders, just round muscle bellies, period. Someone who is genetically gifted like Ronnie Coleman, once he became enhanced, it just only enhanced what was already there. The guy's genetic frame was already there. And that's the only thing that taking steroids and muscle enhancers, that's the only thing it does. It only enhances what you already have. So again, if you made a certain weight, small biceps, small legs or whatever, you can make those things bigger. But if they don't have a peak on them, your biceps don't have a peak on it, then you're never going to have a peak on it. There's no exercise you can do, no matter what they tell you in the industry. There's no exercise you can do to change that shape of that muscle. It's just not going to happen. You can make any muscle bigger. That's always possible. You can make any muscle bigger. But you cannot change the genetic makeup of that muscle with any kind of drugs. You can do it with surgery, but it still won't quite look the same way of a person whose genetics, again, is already made that way. So that's just the way it is. You look at somebody like Jay Cutler, who have a wider waist than Ronnie Coleman had at the beginning of their battle between each other. It is what it is. There's nothing Jay could do to make his waistline narrow. That's his genetics don't call for that. He's just a blockhead guy, and there was no way around that. But he did what he did. Even with that blocky physique, he still accomplished what he accomplished, and that's the main thing to take from it. If you're one of those people, you know, I hate to hear people when they say that they reach their genetic potential and they're not a professional bodybuilder. I mean, what does that mean? You reach your genetic potential. I mean, what are you trying to get greater than being in the natural, the natural world? I mean, the world that's not professional bodybuilding. What exactly is it that you are talking about you reach your genetic potential for? I mean, what would you need to take muscle enhancers for to do everyday life chores? I mean, I don't get that part. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I mean, what would you need to be enhanced for? That's one thing that I always have perplexed me when I hear people talking about they hadn't reached their genetic potential, and they, you know, so they need to enhance themselves so they can, you know, get greater than what they are in everyday life. They're not professional bodybuilders now. They're not professional bodybuilders at all. So what would be the purpose of enhancing yourself just to be a gym rat? Just a person walking around the gym with your chest out. You know, you can do that naturally. All you got to do is be dedicated to what it is that you're doing. And even those that are saying that, they never really amount to anything. They never really look like anything, even taking muscle enhancers, because they lack the will to be consistent on their diet, to be consistent with their workouts. So they're basically drugging their bodies out, doing all kinds of damage to their bodies for no professional reason. It's not a job. You know, if you got a job and you're taking those things for professional bodybuilding, then you have to take what it takes to hang with those guys for this particular thing that you're doing. But everyday people in the gym, it doesn't make sense to enhance yourself to do everyday things. That just doesn't make sense. Anyway, that's what I thought I'd talk to y'all about. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And again, I'll be talking to you later.